man. Yes. Welcome back, my people. Yeah, man, Twin Supreme Radio Show. Look myself, my fans. Yeah. Sorry about last week, as you can see, me, I didn't read. Tired. See me tonight, see me. Yeah. Big up myself. You know, some more credit, me know you 2 credit now, bro. Me not digital credit. I'll get them and make I get them. Chin, I pray. Big up yourself, see me. You know, come up on the live, just like up the live, share the live as well, see me. We try to make it short and spicy tonight, as you can see tiredness. Yeah. See me. Last week, tired, drop asleep. This week, tired, drop asleep, but eventually we wake up this week. So as you can see, your host is back, Twin Supreme Radio Show. Fans build up on yourself, saying, isn't it? The genius within you, isn't it? That conversation tonight, saying so. We really appreciate all the people, my real supporters, and saying me after the show. Saying me, yeah man, I sincerely apologize for last week's show. Yeah, but due to being work, being my control, saying me, isn't it? Yeah man. Long time in the company live look so beat out back on you. Yeah man, like up the live, my people share up the live. See me go off full choice, chill. And then come and up yourself. Be up on the ground. Tired. But we still have to represent as the people and show up, see me. Everybody who jump in on the line, just introduce yourself. See me. And then you see if you can awaken. How we can, you know, think about the genius within oneself and you know, how that genius that can work for you, see me. DJ thing with yourself. Atanya love. See me. All I support that them. See me. Really appreciate you guys being here. So you know Twin Supreme Radio Show. How we do it already, see me. Always try to have a good conversation around these topics. And you know, try to educate yourself with oneself, see me, and share because I guess, you know, that is where a lot of us as people live. With me, I like to share. With me, share information. With me, having general conversation around stuff that we can figure out. Yeah, so basically, that is it. Mm-hmm. But the endorsement, Goofy's Garage, Sauce Spring Road, Finance Mechanic and Bodywork Service, alright? Yeah, man. Do visit CMA. Have parts and accessories available. CMA. Bowl and Bossy Entertainment, Waterlane Studios. Yeah. Crazy, Chris. Crazy link, CMA. I don't know, you what's up. Man, run out the studio, I want to live, alright? Like up the live, my people, share the live and come on for the live. Yeah, man. Really grateful to have you guys back. CMA, really grateful for myself back. Nothing really happens not by on purpose or something that is planned. CMA, thank you for free arts as well, my people. CMA, thanks for the support. Because we don't forget Fresh Kitty and more. Yeah, over the power IG, go and check them out, isn't it? Yeah, man. Scroll up, chin or go on it. Scroll up. CMA, don't forget Alexa's Classic Swimming there. Yeah, man, go and check them out over the power IG. CMA, it's continuing and accessories as well. Yeah, man. A lot more. Fashion by niche. CMA, big up yourself. CMA. Mika's, yeah. Mika's home, where you go again? Mika's home, yeah. Can check out Mika's store as well, over the IG. CMA. So you know tonight, you don't want to keep it too long tonight, want to keep it short and spicy. Have to get some rest. CMA have an early one again tomorrow, so. You know, we sign up fees CMA, sometimes we just try to put ourselves in a sort of situation where you know, can yield better results and have growth. You know, a lot of time, you know, people put themselves in that stuff where they can better themselves and better their surroundings. And basically, that's why they say, you know, go study for things, you And you could try out a field, new field. So it's a new field in the same way. I learn not even fully understand it as yet, but I learn to creep. Same way, so you can creep and then you can learn to walk, so you can walk. Everything takes time, it's a journey. Same way, and just like work towards stuff. Like yield benefits and share about a good night. Pick up yourself, like up your life, share up your life. With no further ado, see if you can get me get them on the phone. Yep. Yeah, man, DJ thing.
Yeah, man. You hear me?
Yeah, alright, partly. Me got me a add Latanya take call as well.
Hold on.
Alright. Yeah, man, interesting people, interesting topics. Same here. Always nice to conversate with like-minded people. Yeah, man, take on the work, same way. So, good night, Latanya love. DJ Twin.
Yes, good night, good night, good night. Give me thanks. How is everyone tonight?
Alright. I don't know if everyone hearing them loud and clearly, but if you're hearing them loud and clearly out there, drop something in the chats. Same way as me. So, DJ Twin.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hear me, Lord?
Yeah, man, man. Introduce yourself now.
Yeah, I mean, familiar was, you know what I mean? Omar Brown, popular known as DJ Twin out of Florida, you know what I mean? Or just anywhere in the United States, I should say, at this moment. So, yeah, big up to everybody.
I'm going to check back with Latanya because we kind of lose her off like
But in the meantime, big up to everybody, you know what I mean? Welcome to Twin Supreme Radio Show. Looking forward to a great conversation.
Twin, let me try to get back Latanya for the phone. I'll be a can call him, so. Hello?
My bad.
Alright, yeah man, you're back. Give me a minute.
Hello?
Yeah man, you hear it loud and clearly. Give me a minute. I'd take call again. So, Via Cancer, you want to be a part of the show? Alright, Via Can. Alright, hey, yo, you know what I say? Always. Yeah, alright. Always delighted to have all on one time, when you have DJ Twin, Latanya Love, our Viacan fans in the house, you know what I say. Me not even have to say nothing, we can just be the host.
Yeah, man, blessings, man. Viacan respect, and Latanya respect, Respect to the whole of the host, and big up everybody same way.
Yeah. Welcome back. Same way. We missed out last week. Last week was exhausting. Same way. As in, we try to make it, but it never works. Same way. So we just want to show sincerely apologies. Yeah, man. To the fans, the real people, them same way. And it's not like we don't really want to do the show, but due to circumstances beyond our control. Alright, so we always try to do our best, alright, my people. Alright, so tonight's topic, same way, you see me? Yeah, man. Genius within you, and then while reintroduce yourself all over to the fans, them same way, state on the name, same way where you're from, and just let the people them know who you are. Starting with DJ Twin.
Yeah, man, big up, blessings to everybody, Twin Supreme Radio Show. greatly appreciated to be here, things. So, DJ, it's out of the US. And I mean, always a pleasure to be here to Supreme Radio Show to the world. Looking forward to a great conversation.
Vekan.
Yeah, man, I know it's Vekan fans. You see me, I say, artistically known Vekan fans, but really and truly Dyson Scott, real name. You see me, I say, big up everybody, same way, the genius within you. Looking forward for everybody input on it, cause me come as a student at all times. Yes, me I say, so me can learn and develop and respect, and thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Respect, Latanya.
Giving thanks. I'm Latanya Love from Virginia, from the U.S. Always a pleasure, always an honor to be amongst Twin Supreme Radio Show. So giving thanks.
So respect for all of that same way, and everybody know me same way from Jamaica. Yes, me. One I DJ King them same way, cause yeah, DJ King as well. Yeah. Everybody say Rasta still, so there you go. Rasta, yeah. They say if you don't have Rasta, you're not nice. If you don't know, say always nice, yeah. I'll be a Rasta in a building. You don't have to take to be Rasta. Rasta is a concept within your see. Yeah. So it's not that easy. Definitely. Yeah, man. So tonight's topic, my people, same way, yeah, man. Shay, Butter, love your feedback, same way, I don't know. Farmer Chin, and everybody on the live, same way, would love to hear your feedback, same way. You can participate in the chat as well. Yeah, man, cause show, go. You see me? The genius within, same way. When I hear that topic, I first come to mind, Latanya Love.
Say that one more time. The genius in you, what comes to mind? Is that what you said?
Yes, that is exactly what I said. But first come to mind, just hearing that sentence straight off the bat.
Hearing that sentence, what does genius mean is my first thought. And once I actually looked it up, I said, yes, we all have genius in us. We all have a creative or natural ability.
Okay.
So yes, there is genius in us all.
Yeah, man. All right, Vekan fans. Just would I want to know what you think about the topic as well. Funny. Vekan.
I'm still mute.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, may I say, the first thing, as Latanya said, the first thing I kind of wonder, like, why mean? You see it, the meaning of the word in general, and then, that in itself, kind of shows, alright, then everybody have that thing where them really good at, excel at without, like, that deep effort, you see me, I say? Yeah.
So good. Alright. Shay saying agree. Who else agree? And just tell what you think straight off everybody. DJ Twig. Your perspective.
Definitely. My perspective is similar, but I'd like to expound on actually the genius is actually the deep feeling in us as people, because we have an innate feeling where there's just certain things where we are attracted to and attached to on a spiritual level from within, where a lot of times we fight against it and we don't know why keep on coming up back over and over. So that's also a part of the genius. And the genius part of us is actually my thought process says the rebellious part of us that keep us pushing, in a certain direction, like mentally, for sure, it's like we can do more. Because everybody have that inside of them with that thought process to say, yo, I have better expectations of you. I think that are the genius part of it, but from my understanding with my personal self, I think that's the part of who we fight against the most and shun the most. Like to try to dumb ourselves down without even understanding why. And then based on information, I'm seeing that it's all the thought process that we had in school, in these different level of teaching. I am from primary school, come all the way up, actually take the genius out of people overall by like putting everybody in a group and in a box, and do this one size fit all scenario. Size my voice was got in a DJ all weekend, so yeah, everybody them kind of put in the whole like in a box with everybody and decide everybody needs to think and act and be the same, and that actually kill the creative genius. Because we have different ways of learning, we have different ways of doing things, and that is not nurtured. That part of us, who the genius part of people is not nurtured, which is individuality thing where, society could have figured out like how does a person learn, what a person is good at, and all these different functions. So that actually where me I realize that the genius part of us actually get killed, dampened or suppressed, really. So but everybody have that genius in them, that thing that stands out, actually a part of the genius is, from my perspective, is a part that you actually build your character. Like even the whole character of DJ Twin, that is genuinely a part of my genius. That is something where me have an innate ability just to listen music, see music, and just get attracted to it, and just unravel it easy. Come easy to me more than most people, and that is definitely part of my genius. However, I fight against that a lot, based on a lot of different traumas that we may endure in our music, and stuff like that. So it's just a part of us that we have to kind of rekindle the fire with, and figure out how we learn how we do things and what we love about that genius perspective or part of us.
Yeah. I want them sweat, brother. Yeah. That is it.
Yeah, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful. Definitely. So many points you hit on, but it's just the fact how our genius gets stifled. And a lot of times it gets stifled early in our early years, and so we never really get an opportunity to develop it. And then when we kind of know what it is, once we get to that point where we kind of feel our genius, we still fight against it because we feel like we can't do that because we've been ingrained to think that we have to live a certain way and do a certain thing. So we fight against our own genius there. Absolutely.
Nah, tell her, more than a mouthful, like make me sweat. Yeah, bro. Well said, bro. Yeah, well said.
Powerful, man.
Well said.
In general, when I look on the whole aspect of life, and then you really go through life, and first of all, I realize that school not really teach a generalization of like how to really survive in the real world. That's me I say. And watching this animation or cartoon called Avatar, I realize something very important what we can really do with the kids them. We as parents a lot of time we don't really like put like a certain ties before the kids them and see what them really attracted to. Cause we born with it in our DNA, like what we really love.
Yeah.
You see me I say? And like dangling certain ties before kids. I never really take notice that some kids are attracted to one particularly type of tie mostly than anything else. And that is like a trait of like who they want to become. So we can better steer them into the direction and embrace to embrace who they really are. You see me I say? Like, just to speak on like even me, right? Me always have this thing for music. Yes, me I say. I always have this thing for music. And my parents never really take the time off to figure that out. They want me to be who they want me to be. Yes, me I say, while me did a fight to be who I wanted to be. Yes, me I say. So music is deep for me in a one sense where like when me touching a music zone, me is a whole different person. Yes, me I say.
Definitely. That are basically where most, and that's why I say, we're going to use one phrase, but nobody will take it wrong, right? You see, white people, they will realize when you come to white people and buying ties, they buy a little of everything. And that's down everything you pick, as you can say. But black people never listen to them pick me yet. I realize when them pick me and ask for. And when them pick me take on to like you say, yo, what you like that? You see me? And I said, oh, you know, so me realize that you find interest in this particular thing. So let me see what really in you about this particular thing, like you go go out, you go try to bring it to home and put it on game and watch it to see. Alright, cool. So me not have nothing to worry about now. Me know exactly what to invest in, what to give, see way to develop in rest of skills or make better ability towards what he find fascinating. Because kids find some things fascinating from early, bro. And now we as parents, tell them someone that can't one left that alone, yeah, man.
Mother want to expound on that with a little different perspective because alright, so he actually more deeper than that. You have to take into consideration the different functions that um, black people went through using a different level of trauma where actually get passed down to us, I mean the ability not to have certain things, I mean, and this is why they actually put so much social pressure upon their kids. Even when me become a parent, we do the same thing, I mean, without even understanding why we do it. It's actually up to us with the information, you see me? Like, I think our generation really unravel a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff that what we need to unlearn and relearn. And that's what we need to take a conversation to say, yo, we see where they went wrong based on not having the knowledge or information that they could use, or even if they had it, they didn't know how to dissect it, what I mean? They didn't know how to look at it with different fresh eyes. Because a lot of the times when we look on certain situation with just our nation of people overall, like they have the same outlook as they had 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. They don't really see the change, what I mean? As we can see, like younger people, them 30s and 20s and maybe 40s, what I mean? Some 40s and maybe some 50s actually a change the dynamics slowly but surely. So it definitely up to us to really start create these conversations and start plant these seeds in our people mind, to create awareness amongst ourselves and other people to say, oh, listen, we can come up with different ways, just like Vacant Fan just suggested, I mean, something different for him actually pick up and learn. So somebody actually realized that, I mean, this could be a way of sparking the interest of children, I mean, to really call out their inner genius, to help them to grow and harness the energy there, isn't it? So we have to just really look on it from that perspective versus looking at it from, I mean, what they didn't do and look on the whole facts. A lot of what they did and didn't do is based on not understanding and based on how they understand certain things. You know what I mean? So we have to just really take it and push it forward and decide, I mean,
Yeah.
we are in a relay and actually this is our time. If we hold the baton and now and bring the conversation to a whole different realm where people can more understand that, hey, the way we are the things, I mean, not necessarily correct. you see me, versus I look on it from the opposite perspective where really not help you, you see me, and think as that is actually a good way of vacant, you know what I mean, to actually bring out the inner genius, as the topic suggests in the kids them. Because there's way of how we develop the kids them better than how we actually got developed and know say yo we really are pass on the mantle or the baton to them later on, and developing them is actually the key focal point at this point. You know what I mean? Working on how to create a better way of to get out their inner genius. And that is something we actually like to, because I see my daughter inner genius. She's really creative. Give my daughter any amount of Legos. And it's fascinating to me to see she create so many different, build so many different things out of Lego. And as soon as she build them, she mash them up. And me always I wonder why. But me realize her mind is so wide and so vast, like one thing's not suit her, you see me. So she just give her more things to build and create, and she just give her any amount of blocks, Lego, stuff like that, and she gonna mix up and show you.
No time. Yeah, man, Alexia attitude. Alexia a builder.
She's definitely a builder. She have an architectural mind. Like as soon as she gets something, she just want to look on it, and then she creates something in her head, and then she just build it.
Yeah.
Like she not draw nothing. She not draw. She not nothing. She just use straight out her mind.
Yeah.
You see me? She just go in her mind, create something in her mind, and then show it. Just make it and show it to you, and then mash it up again.
Yeah.
So even stuff like that show me earlier on. Say yo, you know what I mean? Like she having that creative mind is just to harness that energy there by giving more of the stuff them where she like do, you know what I mean? Like things like Legos, whatever blocks you can find or whatever, you know what I mean? She can definitely just be herself doing stuff like that. And just, you know what I mean, general just ties and stuff it really keep her attraction. But just look on it with fresh eyes, you know what I mean? And a lot of the people I'm before with them don't know no better, so we have to just really just take it as that them really don't know that. So them don't understand these conversations, isn't it?
I think big up yourself. See me TikTok there too. So
yeah, man, big up the whole TikTok, you know, man, big up the whole twin squad as I can see.
Yeah, right.
DJ Ratty, my brother in a real life, yeah. Whole team, whole twin squad, big up on yourself.
Yeah, man. Twin squad to your man, and where I go.
Yeah, man, definitely respect for that.
Every time. Respect for the tops them, see me, Sunflower. Respect for the tops them, we appreciate it, Lucky Jam. Big up yourself, see me. Yeah, man. So we are talking about basically inner genius in you. There's a video on YouTube on Twin Supreme Radio Show. So yeah, man, you can jump up on the page and support, like, share, subscribe to the channel as well. Yeah, man. Show us some love, man. Show us some support, alright? Respect. Alright. So
I was just thinking about the genius of music. Just listening to you speak about your daughter and children. Just remember that Whitney Houston song, "The children are the future." The children really are our future. And it is important that we recognize, going back to your previous point, that our mothers, our grandparents, those generations, they did what they knew. They really didn't know, but now that we know better, we have to do better. And we have to be able to instill in the children, really kind of feed into those creative, that inner genius, support it so that, they can be whatever they really want to be. And it's not about, it's that saying goes, love what you do and the money will come. So often the reason why our genius gets stifled is because we're directed. I want to say, like, for myself, I had a passion for cooking, but I couldn't go to cooking school. I had to go to college. I had, this path that was already set up, not letting me feed into my creative genius or to tap into that. No, the direction you have to go in is this. And so, which wasn't out of, them trying to do me wrong. They knew what they knew. They knew what they were taught to do. Like, there's this whole path, especially as people. So I think it's important now that we know that we instill that into the children, to tap into that and to support that inner genius for the generations to come, for sure.
Congratulations. Well said, Latanya, love. And so true, say me. And you know, it's like the conversation now just ring a bell because now you get the opportunity now to say. Like, you know, some really fascinated by cooking. And that me way want to do, but me have to go to college. You know. It's just so unrealistic to see how much happen along the line same way. But now we have the opportunity. So we can plant to see them as skill set in our mind to move forward. That means so we know say this is part of we are take. And we know say as long as we take these parts same way, it definitely have to change the youths them to come, change them perspective, change them mindset, and lead them in a better direction too. Because as you see, anything at all, people really feel upon in the same way, you know, so it will be a matter of time.
Yeah, that's true. And what Twin said earlier also about
Pressure.
unlearn and relearn and all of that. Same way I see it.
Vicky, you got
This
yourself,
habit,
Vicky.
this habit where we have as in a society as we are thinking say, okay, this job is a low job or that is job is a high job. Yes, may I say that mentality too is a really how may I put it? The mentality they need to kind of cut out in a one sense because a person, a person, let's say, may I use tissue as for example. See, so one person sells 6 tissue in a one stall. One next person sells 24 in a one shop. A retail store sell 200. See, and the retail store still get it from somewhere else we sell 3,000. But there's also a factory where make millions. See, all of them is a tissue seller. Yes, me I say at the end of the day, but the mentality of society now, we look on it, so okay, you know what? Alright. Unless the genius is on a big scale, is not genius. Yes, me I say, and we need to really cut out that because a lot of people genius get stifled under the concept of like unsupportive people and in our unsupportive society where they look for them being big without giving them the support to making them big. A lot of people get stifled in a society where that the society support people where them don't know the said talent, the same thing what the person around them they do. We could actually turn out to help them and uplift them as a community, but turn a blind eye to them to support somebody so them don't know where them get zero benefit from. You see me I say. And that itself, that is somewhat always bother me for some reason. You see me I say.
That come back to understanding vacant. So debunk some way I say. Alright, so that's not really the tissue issue of who's selling one or who's selling 100. The thing is, people don't look on things as essential, and familiarity plays a big role in that. When you can go to the shopkeeper, you know the shopkeeper every day is like people tend to lose respect for the people and with them. It should be the opposite, you know. So I know like me I can't do this unless I show you like with the mindset you see me. So people understand the essential part and the essential role that things play. It's like people look down upon the man who's the garbage man, right? And understand that the essential need of a garbage man in a society, it is way more than even and maybe a nurse. Because if garbage don't get clean, that means we are gonna get sick. You see me? But you have to understand the social outlook where society create upon us is the man in the jacket suit is the person to be and not the garbage man. They make them the essential look of a politician or a man in a jacket suit working at the bank more important. And the bank person is not more important than the essential workers, the sanitary workers, the people who make sure say, oh, we clean, we get a clean environment to live in. The agriculture people will make sure so we eat, which is more essential. You know what I mean? The people who do the road work, those people are also looked down on. You know what I mean? All essential workers in my eyes get looked down on. Because the social viewpoint of me see is like, okay, we need to strive to be the lawyer, the doctor, you know what I mean, the nurse, maybe the police at one point. Isn't on the bunker, and certain people wear jacket suit because at the end of the day, when it come back from the outlook from black people, it's like these people were, you know what I mean, glorified. And the glorification of that actually or what they call it, whatever jobs are, whatever. That's good. Those works are actually glorified. So when you look back and realize that essentially certain people are really are not needed more than some, but still come back to the same relearn and unlearn perspective, you see me? Because that's how we socially get to look on life and see that these people are the important people in which they are not. We don't need a bank. We can see for ourselves. We can be own a bank. But we do need a sanitary worker. We do need a garbage collector. We do need the people. We do need tissue. Yo.
Alright. Like, now look on a perspective that to the team. Now I guess the maga and the jail. And basically I look for how society shape itself and in terms of all our go on with the industry and how the country will benefit, the people will benefit from tourism. But it's actually another industry. Not just millions or billions, but trillions of dollars earned in our country annually. But we have a worse road to take the people to where they need to be. We are trillion-dollar industry, see? But watch now how deep the thing gets here, man, for understanding. Every time I see one thing pushing, just like evil we rub with them, you know. I don't know, people, the money where they rob, they just get up and rob, you know. You know what I think basically, and what me look on it. Is every time when they push an agenda same way, then basically pay some people, you know, say, yo, you're sacrificing. And while you put out the work, you know, say people are gonna get scared, you know, then a man go start rejoice. Say, yo, watch out, I have no money, I give me now with no money. No boy can't rob me. But watch him man now.
Yeah.
So he rob the left front, the gunman, you know. Because gunman, he my regular robber, you know. He must go stick up you. How often he get to stick up you? Once in a blue moon, he get to stick up you and rob you. But the bank man now, he my new gunman, you know. He stick up every transaction I do, you know. And I just want 3 cents and I want $3 with every transaction.
And charge you a fee.
Yeah, he my new gunman. So in pay a gunman a big money. So yo, we'll make 2 sacrifice, 2 security goods have to go dead and 2 things here, make it everybody scared. Yo, we don't need no money, no need to stop use money. You see me? Boom, theme plan basically fulfilled. You know. At the end of the day, who benefit? He get rid of a gunman, man. Pay a gunman to get rid of.
But look on this now. And for all who there will read the book 48 Laws of Power and who not read it, go read it.
Mm-hmm.
What the agenda in the book 48 Laws of Power? Manipulation and control.
Mm-hmm.
It just got 48 different ways how to show you how to relax and dumb yourself down in order to make people, you know what I mean, feel like say you're stupid enough so you can get over on them, right? Mm-hmm. This is 48 Laws of Power is actually the world we live in. Isn't it? With all our way I talk about. Because this is exactly what's happening. It's just like I say, the rich people, I use the smaller people as pawn in the game. Because we have play chess, right? And then use them, put them on the front line to do things to sway the perspective of the average people. With them a plan for rob. Because they know the average people is actually more, which is the majority. And if they can rob majority of everybody 1 cent, they actually way more richer than sticking up you with a gun. $1 cent for every single body. The man will stick up with a gun for how much money one person can have on him. But how much 1 cent then take every single day from the whole population of people of almost 8 billion.
He's my real gunman. And he now use no gun. And he now use no gun.
Alright, so look on that now. But guess what? This when it come back to the how to train your thought and how to think. Most people don't think on it like that. First thing when they watch the news, whatever them sip on the news, this is what's right and this is what's true. Them now look on the hidden agenda, you know. Why we need bank, why we need all these insurance, why we need all of these different financial situations that we have to do. We don't really need them, but what them do, them persuade you that these are all things that are essential, in which they are not. We can go back to a simpler life and we will be way more okay. Them just a listen about a study where they talk about the people where the most happiest people in the world. I either think so the people with money would be the most happiest. The most happiest people are construction workers and farmers. People that actually do things with their physical hands, do physical work, are more happier than the bank teller. And the people who actually do all of these work where we look up to them and not knowing the level of stress and exhaustion that them go through based on what them do, because guess what? We all have an inner thing in our, we call a conscience. Actually bring a level of depression upon us mentally. We live in a spiritual, a mental, and a physical world. So all of these different levels come into play.
And you know why we are depressed, why we are, it's because we're not living in our genius.
Exactly.
It's because we have it flipped upside down. Like, yes, we're paying the people who are doing all the work. We don't know our value. Because without the people who are doing the real work, the essential workers, nothing happens. What happens if your trash doesn't get picked up? What happens if you sleep in a hotel and your room doesn't get cleaned? Even during COVID, when they changed it to only cleaning the rooms maybe every 3 days, people were in an uproar. They wanted their sheets changed every week, every night. You don't change your sheets every night at home. But we have it upside down. You know, we are not valuing first ourselves, our inner genius, and the world isn't valuing us. So where does it change?
Oh God! It changed with awareness of these conversation, planting seeds in people's mind to even think. Because now you realize when this is the ultimate reason why every single person I meet, I suggest that book, Think and Grow Rich. I'm not suggesting it because Napoleon Hill them have their own level of things that they did. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of it is old teaching. But I want people to get through to that book for one reason, the purpose of thinking. The whole title said think and grow. And a lot of people actually don't think, and then that's why we don't grow. You know what I mean? And as long as we're harnessing our true power, wealth is just a byproduct, which is getting riches. It's just a byproduct. It's just a matter of time. That's all it really takes. So see, really, the conversation will come full circle to back to our inner genius.
Yeah, I mean, like we are most productive. Like any business is as successful as the amount of products we can really produce. Yes, may I say. And with the same concept what Twinny mentioned earlier, before them actually release the virus, the antivirus, they release the virus first, knowing that okay, them gonna need the antivirus to cure this virus. So okay, I'm gonna release the virus. Yes, may I say. Even COVID was a big money making game. Yes, may I say. And a lot of people in our society don't really want like think, because when you start think, you have to come to realization of yourself. And a lot of people don't want to deal with themselves. A lot of we need work on. A lot of we need better mentality. You see me I say, how much time I go to myself and really want like drape up myself. And it's a vacant, you need to do better. You see me I say, how much people really want like say to themselves, say, yo, you need to be a better person, you need to be a better version of what you be, you need to be a better friend. You see me I say. And really realize, okay, we need to tap into something where we're greater than what me I really do know.
Right.
You see me I say. And that is really a big problem in our society. You see me I say, when I look on programs like this, I look on TikTok now, a 3 person up on TikTok, I'm not sure they go on YouTube. But you'd have find out say if they have 6 come on over here start do some strip dancing. You'd have like 50 million likes on area because that is a distraction from you what you really need to deal with. Yes, I say.
Yes,
that that is a reality.
20 years present.
Yeah, man, 20 years present, man. Fish are burn up, chicken are burn up, everything are burn up. You see me, I say.
Yes, rice.
And rice burn up, everything are burn up. You see me, I say. And I'm sorry to you.
Still though, you can look funny from the perspective as you are pointing out a valid point. A lot of people don't even know who themselves are. You know how crazy it can feel mentally if you're by yourself and if you deal with yourself if you don't know yourself. Even me still have that challenge. I'm on a journey of 4 to go 5 years. I'm on a journey of 4 to go 5 years, and even me enough time question my train of thoughts and me be like, what me really I do? You see me? And all of this, me still have way more progress than a regular person. So when it come on to distraction, bro, like people need that to make themselves calm down unless them willing to step out and get into the environment where they know so okay, me I go face this head on. Whatever mental struggle me I go through it and then me I go elevate from that. But these conversations are not for most people because if a man really look himself in the mirror and tell himself, say, yo, you know, say a year for all this and take accountability, it is one of the hardest things to do because that is not taught in our society. That the conversations that we're having right now is not a normal conversation. You can't have regular people having these conversations because this is not the norm. Actually, genius, this, just like the topic suggests, our genius, this come out of we even can have these conversations.
And it lean to the perspective of needs and wants. You see me, I say. And we don't want society we need this right now. What they want not really good for them right now because even Jamaica system and like speaking from what I realize the kind of water done on a great level in terms of like all the mentality them we think what we portray to the kids them. Yes, to me I say, and like as me always say, 20 years from now is the 1 year will be able to just born. You see it. And if we want to get the 20 years from now right, we have to get the 1 year will be able right. You see me I say, and if you keep on like showing them, say, okay, when things get hard, just distract yourself. And time heal. Time, to be honest, time does not heal. You have to put in work on yourself to heal.
Understand.
Yes, me I say.
Understand.
So I understand.
Say over here, but what is the ultimate thing I always say over here? And not if or when. I always make that analogy because what? All the way I say is the reason why I always say it. Most people never realize until it's too late. Say, yo, listen, you're going to have to get up and do something about it. The reason why Bob Marley is so famous right now as a person who did. Bob Marley did more years than he actually lived. Bob Marley did 37, they got 38 years, and he actually lived 36 years. And he's still more famous than when he was living. Why? Because Bob Marley knew exactly what he was doing. He was having them conversations, planting seed in people's mind mentally, and the work, just like what we are doing right now, having this conversation on a platform. The work is being documented, and the work is still there to show 30, 40, 70 years from now. But people are going to realize, say, yo, this train of thought's been around, so this is not new. It's just to get other people to can understand and start grasp these new information and know that, hey, listen, let me go find out how to really sit with myself and learn how to deal with myself before I go deal with people, because if you can't deal with yourself, you can't deal with nobody else. And it goes back to, if you don't have something, you can't give nothing away. It's like people asking for love, loyalty, unity, all of these things, but can they unite with themselves? Can they love themselves? Do they have loyalty for themselves? And when you have all of these things, you can share it amongst other people, because you're learned along the way. Say, loneliness and being lonely is two different things. And once Once you understand how to be alone, you will understand the value of having all of these different things. And you learn that you don't give them away, you share them with people, and it's easier to share stuff. Because you can pour from your cup because now you have different ways how to get back. And the same conversation need to go. You see me? It's just that we have to look on it from a different outlook. I understand. We're actually doing something greater than we actually even can fathom right now by having these conversations documented on YouTube. Later on, your voice are going to be projected over and over, and people are going to say, yo, listen to vacant fans that talk about all of this stuff then. And at this we need to do. And then people will take on it. Because it's a plant seeds in a people's mind whether we like it or not. You know? We just need to work on, you know what I mean, the different level of the platform to make it grow and to reach more people. And that is something that I want project to actually, for us to really figure out, like how we are going to target more audience, you know what I mean, and then even people in our community, how we get people in our community to actually draw them in more for you to start listen to these different ideas, because so much people that we communicate and we day-to-day life, them understand what we are talking about. We can't even have a conversation with them because guess what? First thing, they're not thinking. They're not on the level. They don't understand what go on. If I say certain things to them, they look at you like you're stupid. And you'll be like, how you don't know this? How you don't know that? And they're like, when you chat too much or whatever the case is, but it is because guess what? The same thing when you talk about vehicle. First thing is, as soon as you get scared of it, seek shelter, seek refuge, because you're scared of yourself. People hiding from themselves with the social media and different contexts and distracting themselves with everything else because they're scared of their true self. And this is me even guilty of this too. me as a person, me not afraid to call up. Me look at myself, me talk to myself. People me communicate with, always tell me I talk to them harsh. I talk to myself 10 times harsher than I talk to anybody else.
That's true.
And something I find that developing myself is me have to start with me.
Yes, develop yourself.
I have to start with developing me first. All of this inner work where people look for me and say certain things to me, it's been a work on it. You know what I mean? Yes, me can come off maybe a little bit more soft, but at the end of the day, I'm hard for myself. I for myself to a reason. I need a better me. I never even know some me did go scared of success, bro. Like me, find myself like as an entrepreneur of mine, I work on creative business and stuff. I having the pipeline of me I work on, and actually I'm scared of the outcome. Like, and it really it may feel a way like I'm really scared of what my life will be like later on, like the success and all the things that way I come. But me not ask nobody if it a come. Me know what's happening because I put in the work internally. And me still have a scared feeling. Now say it got me, but me still feel nervous like me truly want all of this, or if me truly ready for it. Is all of these questions that me I have mentally with myself, and I tell myself, so until I got this. You work for it, you been to do the things them. So the level where we're there in the conversation now we have not simple about this. This is literally the topic.
How are this tonight? How are this tonight? Call on the phone, sir. I understand, sir. Now, come on, show it, bro. You know who somebody are calling me phone like crazy, brother. Don't stop.
You're not hearing?
Man, me a hear no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can hear it loud and clear, DJ Twin. I don't know what you ate this morning, but eat it again. I'm about to just like stomp on the ground. Yes, dropping so much community nuggets tonight. I'm here for it. Giving thanks. Yeah, all of that. all of that you just said. I'm just like I'm writing notes. Yes, being scared of yourself, starting with yourself and time. I'm thinking, I was like, when I was introduced to Think and Grow Rich, I was introduced to that book probably 2000, 2001. Probably right away. And that book just keeps coming back. Like, even before knowing about the Twin Supreme radio show, I was in the midst of a book club reading another one of Napoleon Hill's books, and Think and Grow Rich continues to, after 20 years, like how many times am I going to go around this mountain? Like, running from yourself is real. Even when you're doing the work,